anytime you change something in your cranks or your pedals, it's going to impact your saddle position because, your feet are fixed and they're always going to be moving around the bottom bracket in the same way. And your saddle position is going to be determined relative to the bottom bracket in your pedals. So anytime we change the pedals, we've got to change the saddle position. So saddle height, maybe we've moved it up 3 millimeters or 5 millimeters alongside that 5 millimeter reduction in crank length. But what we've also done that many riders may not consider is that if you've shortened the cranks by 5 millimeters, your pedal at the front of the pedal stroke has also moved back closer. So you've almost effectively kind of like moved the bottom bracket back 5 millimeters. And this can mean you may need to also shift your saddle rearward to maintain the same kind of fore-aft relationship between the saddle and your pedals. Now, if you've moved the saddle up, this also has the effect of moving the saddle back because our seat tube angles are on an angle. So it could be that once you move that saddle up, you actually feel great and you don't need to move it back. But it's worth considering that moving your saddle back a few millimeters to compensate for that reduction in crank length can be something that a lot of riders need to do. And generally speaking, what they'll notice is they put the shorter cranks on and then all of a sudden they have a little more weight on their hands, and that doesn't really make sense. And if you want to watch, we've got a whole video on how to establish your saddle fore aft and how it impacts your weight balance on the bike, and those two things play together. So in short, if you reduce your crank length, your saddle may need to go back. If you increase it, it may need to come forward.